So now that we have our peg and we have our tapered square, let's say we're making a 3D print and we want this to fit into this. So let's take this cylinder and we'll line it up here. It would be easier if we could see through this cylinder. So what we can do is hit X-ray.
Whoa. X-ray vision!
So now we can see through these meshes to see our squared peg. Anything that you tap on is what the X-ray will focus on. So let's say you've tried printing it, just making the Boolean cut, but it just doesn't seem to fit, and you want to make the cut size a little bit smaller than the peg so that it fits in nice and snug. So we'll take this cylinder, clone it. So now we have 2 of these square pegs. So now we can use our gizmo and we'll just make one of them smaller. So we'll make it a little bit smaller, and now you can see this outline. Okay, so just to make this very clear, I'm going to go through and name all of our 4 pieces. So here we'll just name this peg cap. So that's the cap of the peg. So this cylinder, you can see this one is the bigger tapered square. So let's rename this big taper. And this one is the smaller tapered square. So we'll name it the little taper. And this cylinder is the cylinder. That's fine. We'll leave it as cylinder. Okay, so now we have the peg cap, the big taper, the little taper, and the cylinder. So we need to join the little taper and the peg cap. These 2 parts together is our original peg. So let's just join them. So now we have peg cap. And if I solo it, you can see that this looks weird again. It's because when you join something that's has smooth shading and with something that doesn't have smooth shading, it just turns smooth shading on. So you just have to go to the materials and turn it back off. Okay, so we'll unsolo. So the next thing we need to do is take the big taper and do a Boolean with the cylinder. So we're just going to extract that shape from the cylinder. So we'll take the big taper. We can go ahead and validate it. We can select the cylinder. So then we hide the big taper, Boolean, Boolean. So now what we're left with is the peg cap and the cylinder. I'll just rename it. Let's turn X-ray off, and now we have these 2 pieces. I'm going to go ahead and turn smooth shading off so we can get a clear view of what we're seeing. So now, in theory, this should fit much better in this peg. Of course, with 3D printing, it takes a lot of trial and error. It still takes me a lot of trial and error, but it's fun. Keep drawing, keep sculpting. I'll see you all in the next video.